Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Lore of League of Legends episode. In this one, we'll be rounding off the three princesses with Sejuani, the Winter's Wrath. Enjoy! Sejuani had been born into the royal tribe of the family of the Winter's Claw. As the firstborn daughter, she was destined to seize control of the tribe once her mother had passed away. But her greatness was not only predicted by her birth. After the young princess had been born, many of the tribe's mystics had numerous visions and dreams. Some of them clear, some more mysterious. But one image was common amongst all of them, which showed Sejuani standing tall as the leader of the united tribes. Though it seemed like a great destiny, most people didn't put all that much faith into it. Not because they doubted the visions of their mystics, but because they simply lacked the time. With the many battles and wars lost in the past, the tribe had been pushed back from the central part of Freljord, away from trade routes and natural resources. Many of the tribe's natives were living poor, simple lives, yet their pride had prevented them from reaching out for help. Sejuani was brought up in the hostile surroundings of the wild tundra. Since the earliest of her days, she knew what hunger felt like and saw it in the misery of her people. This served as a strong motivation for the young girl to fulfill her destiny and unite the tribes under a common banner. Even as a young girl, she was planning ways to do just that, preparing herself for the challenges she would have to face in the future. Sejuani's blind determination has only forced her to push herself to the extent of her own limits, no matter what the cost would be. She often left the village by herself to train during snowstorms, with nothing but simple clothes to protect her body and no supplies, only to return to the village a day later, often cold and hurt. She was also nearly always satisfied with herself upon achieving the goal she had set for herself, no matter what the cost was. Since spending such a large amount of time out in the frozen wastes, Sejuani's become an acquaintance with the ice and cold, learning how to use its might in her own attacks. She wasn't afraid to boast her skills to anyone either, often issuing open challenges to anyone who was willing to fight the princess, and fight she did, for as long as she was able to stand straight. She's been beaten badly, sometimes wounded, but she would always try to get back up and continue the fight. Those challenges had marked Sejuani's body with scars, reminding her of the errors that she's made, never to be repeated. She's been named the Heart of the Blizzard. Sejuani had the full respect of her soldiers, admired for her determination and skills. Some thought of her as the tribe's last hope of survival. Not one has earned the full trust of the princess herself, with her most loyal companion turning out to be a boar named Bristle. It is unknown how she managed to bond with the wild animal and convince the great beast to serve as her mount in battle. One day she just returned to the village riding on the back of the beast, seemingly trusting the animal. Before she'd reached the age of 20, Sejuani's mother had passed away, making her the new leader of the tribe. She spent all the time she had planning to start a war and claim back the territory that had been stolen from her people. On the day of her 20th birthday, Sejuani announced she would lead every warrior she had out of their remote lands in order to conquer the lands of the other two tribes and secure their well-being. Her authority, backed by her reputation amongst her soldiers, had given her massive support. Encouraged by Sejuani's confidence, the warriors of the tribe were willing to follow her into battle. But before she could start her campaign, however, the two remaining tribes had joined forces, creating a strong alliance. They had offered the tribe of the Winter's Claw to join as well, but Sejuani felt nothing but offense from their offer. She was the one who was supposed to unite the tribes, not Ash. She saw it not only as a humiliation to herself, but also, in her opinion, a violation of tradition. What was even worse was that it seemed to crumble the morale of her warriors, who were terrified by the prospect of being outnumbered by the better equipped soldiers of the united tribes. Sejuani was forced back into the most remote corners of her tribe's territory, where she would create a new plan and restore the morale of her men. She's determined to get what's rightfully hers, a united Freljord, through any means necessary, preferably over Ash's dead body. And that's all I've got for you this time around. Let me know what you thought of the video by hitting that like button and leaving your feedback in the comments section below. As most of you are probably aware, this is the pre-Freljord patch law, so I'll be getting a remastered one up as soon as possible. Probably in the next couple of hours. But there will be an annotation leading to it when it's up. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, I'll see you next time.